So one topic that I want to talk about right now while we're talking about lust, fornication, and adultery is porn and why it's bad. And there's an app that I want to make, and let me tell you why. You see, porn, after what we found out, there are women being trafficked. They don't get to choose, so technically it's like a mild rape, even though but they're on contract. Some of them have been inside of that business since they was kids. Some of them ain't getting paid fairly. And so when we know this, you don't realize the pain that you're watching these women and you're not doing anything, right? Except for pleasing yourself. That's why it is evil. So now that we understand what some of these women are going through in porn, do you really want to disrespect those women? Do you want to laugh at those women that could have been trafficked since they were kids? Do you really want to not teach your kids to stop disrespecting those women? Do you really think that you're better than those women because your suit is better in church? Do you really think that after what you found out why that site got torn down, do you think that you could laugh at those women? So right now, while real men are changing things and bringing down these sites, it is still going to exist, but the reasons of its existence is going to change. I'm asking for men that if a woman decides to come to God in church fully and change her ways, that all her videos come down. But it's going to be like if it was expunged. It's going to be in the backside of the site that if you ever go back to that again, you will be put into that, and don't you ever complain about the things you got to do after that. I don't care if a donkey is involved. Don't you ever cry if we gave you a chance to take all that away and you went back to it. You understand? Because us as men, I don't want to stop anything that's going to make a woman go back to God. And if that's going to make you go back to God, I will not stop that. But if you play with our Father God, I will ask that they do everything, put everything back the way that it was, and then you go back to what it is that you came from, but worse. If that's what they want. Maybe a chance or two. I'm not going to say. Real men are handling it now. I'm putting in an input, and that's it. But in this app, it's going to notify the spouse or whatever if you get into porn, any devices within the house, phone numbers or whatever, it's going to notify them. So that way you know if your husband or your wife is getting lustful for your kids or what's going on. So that way you know how to take control of this. But like I said, it still will exist, but the reasons of its existence will change. No more is it going to be these kids being trafficked. No more, none of that. If you're looking for trouble, you're going to get it. You get in and you go over there trying to do all that and you stay in there, you might have to be in there for a certain point of time before you could go back to the church. After everything's being like that. I don't know. It's going to be figured out. But I'm just trying to put in something for the men to discuss at the table.